a friend's house over in the Highland area, and me and Seth got there. We went there, we're drinking and hanging out, whatever. And we started freestyling out by this little pool. The girl had a pool in her backyard or something, so we're sitting there freestyling. It was me, Gene Pooh, Seth, and I think maybe Drugs. And we're just freestyling, and he comes busting in, and gets in the cypher. And he's like 12 and like a midget, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell? I was like, who is this dude? He just came in the cypher and just started ciphering crazy to where I was like, this dude's out, he's sick with it, He's like 12 years old and shit. I was like, wow, oops, I can't say
He was about to say it again. You didn't say nothing.
Yeah, but so that was just mind blowing. And then like after that, I seen him like maybe about 3 years later. After that, we were at Max's little apartment there off Grand, and that's like when Billy just started DJing, and I had brought him over some turntables from our old DJ that he wasn't using, so I brought him over to 1200s and dropped them off to him. And then I came back like maybe 3 weeks later, and him and Mikey are down in there getting their whole little thing together, and Billy was like, man, I'm gonna be fresher than I excel. I'm gonna cut him up. I'm gonna get him. And I was like, okay, yeah, man, she's the star. You know what I'm saying? And then Mikey's like, yeah, I'm gonna battle Slug. I'm gonna beat him. I was like, oh Lord, you know what I'm saying? Because we already had headshots. I was like, oh man, get it in, whatever. And I was like, whoa, dude, he got it in though, So I remember those days, like, wow. And the next thing he's on Rhymestairs, next thing he's at the Blaze battle. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I've been watching a lot of that stuff on YouTube. It just brought back a lot of old memories and stuff. And, God bless the dead, that's all I can say. And, much respect and love to the family and Grandma's crew and y'all over there at RSE. And,
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the call. Yeah, thanks for the stories, man.
Y'all take care, y'all.
All right, Lance. Peace. Full circle.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I believe we got another caller on the phone. You there, brother?
Yes, indeed. Yo, what's up, man? It's Liv.
What's up, Liv?
Yo, chilling, brother. Chilling, man. We live?
Yep. You on right now.
All right, cool, man. Yeah, I'm just calling up to pay my respects to Eyedea. You know what I'm saying? I had the honor of touring with brother back in 01. We were together when the planes hit the towers, 9/11. I believe we were in Montreal, and we were all, obviously a wide range of emotions on that day. We all decided to continue touring. It was Eyedea and Abilities out supporting Firstborn. It was me out there with Fast One, and it was Cannibal Ox. And yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just saying, the nation was going through an incredibly tough time, and we were on tour, and it was trying for us to be out on the road, and all that kind of fizzled to the background because the experience of touring with Eyedea was just so real because the dude's sense of humor and his overall wit and energy that he just brought to the team, his chemistry was just like infectious. You know what I'm saying? And we just shared a very similar taste in. He and I were both connoisseurs of bad rap music, and we just would on that tour we just drove around from place to place, just collected albums that we knew were just absolutely terrible, and we would play them in the van and just analyze how whack they were. And sometimes cats were hitting us with demos on the road, and we would listen to them, and Eyedea, he came up, he would say, hey man, sometimes if it's bad enough, you gotta float it. So
Floaters.
My man was yeah, exactly. My man was talking about rolling down the window and letting it bust up on the highway. You know what I'm saying? So of course, brothers became more conscious and got green later on. But anyway, I'm just saying that it was just mad fun, And then when we got to Minneapolis, we had a show at First Avenue. We had we had narrowed it down to just the Proud Ghetto Superstar album of the Champion. That was the one, like, that was the number one worst record.
I remember that.
How many
You
smashed
know
on
what I'm saying?
stage?
So when we got on stage, we played a cut off the album, and then we just threw it in a trash bag, son, and just smashed it on
No, you
stage.
actually smashed Praz's album on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all did it on stage.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, indeed, we did, man.
I just beat
So
the
it
floor
went
up with
down
it.
like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, enough respect to Eyedea for, you know what I'm saying, just those memories, man. You know, I wish I had more chances to hang out with the brother, man. You know, our paths didn't get to, you know, cross often enough, but, you know, the times that they did, especially that tour, that was, you know, just classic memories, man. Just never forgotten. So, I'm saying, rest in peace, Eyedea. Thanks for everything that you brought to the earth, not just to the game. You know what I'm saying? And yo, you're missed, man. It's a devastating loss.
Thank you, man. We appreciate you calling in, brother.
Hey, Liv.
Yeah.
Yo, Liv, this bird. Do you remember when we were driving from Champaign and we had this one floater? And everybody would try to hit the bridge.
Bird.
But yo, Mikey flew through the thing up the window, up in the air really high. And it flew back. And I looked behind me, and this dude on a motorcycle just swerved like really crazy because it flew up in there and almost hit him. And he just gave me the finger, and we was trying to catch him, and we were trying to dodge him all the way to Minneapolis.
Unbelievable. Yeah, we would have been in major trouble. Bird, yo, I have to go back and just add on that you were, of course, the quintessential driving force behind that whole tour, man. I'm sorry for the failure to shout when I was listening off the numbers, man. You led that team.
Hey, man, I bought you a Steven Seagal glossy in L.A. on that tour.
Son, I'm forever thankful. I'm forever thankful for that. That goes without saying. I mean, come on, man. You know me.
All right, Liv, man.
I got a copy of Mark for Death right here, right now. You know?
I know you do.
All right, Liv.
But yo, fellas, yo, take care, man.
You too, brother, man. We appreciate you calling in. Thanks again.
Absolutely. Couldn't miss it. All right.
Peace. I mean, that's the thing, man. Mikey really touched a lot of people.
So many different ways.
In so many different ways.
I mean, even outside of the rap thing in general.
Just in general.
Yeah.
I don't know many people who weren't affected by him in some way that crossed his path.
Right.
Like I was trying to think about that, like, you know, because I mean, how many of us probably have people that probably like, yeah, I wish I never met that dude even.
Or
you know,
don't
just don't even care.
Right.
I don't know anybody that had that experience with him.
Nah.
You know,
people who didn't know him be saying, I feel like I know him after meeting him one time.
Leif, you got another special?
Absolutely. This is a non-rap one, sort of. This is from Catherine Weed, Minneapolis. I'll never forget the first time I met Mike. I was waiting in my car while my friend went into his house to drop something off. I was nervous to meet him. Of course, my friend told him this. Next time I know, he's at my car window, barefoot, cigarette in hand, smiling. He didn't want me to be intimidated. He wanted to be a friend. From then on, he was. And I mean, I didn't know Mikey that long, but man, I can picture that. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that was him.
No, when I first moved to Minneapolis, I'm a pretty, like, I don't go out. I'm not really I'm a stay to myself kind of guy. But he was so, like, the way he would connect with me, he was the only guy I really hung out with. Like, when he first moved there, I would hang out with him all the time, go to his house, and when that was all of our heart was dropping, and I would go on the road with him. He didn't even need me on the road, but I would go on like different shows in Champaign and Madison and be his DJ and like, just press play on the CD player. He just wanted me around, and we would just hang out, and then he helped me just open up as a person. So I was a real kind of introvert, but like we'd go out there and after parties, hang out with the girls and all that, and like I need Mikey to push me to give me encouragement to go talk to people. And he'd be like, he was like a young dude. Like even like for me, he could be inspiring to do whatever. And so I always been like, he just brought certain things out of me that were there, that were hidden, that he knew how to bring out of me. So I always love that about him for sure.
Yeah.
One time in I think it was Sioux Falls, South Dakota, talking about after parties. Me and Mikey, after a show, this was like the Ford 2 tour, so this is like the year 2000, I think. After a show, there wasn't a whole lot of people left hanging around, but there was this one girl that was just like, what are you guys doing? So she ended up coming back to the hotel with us, but nothing sleazy. It was just kind of like for fun, whatever. Mikey didn't drink at the time, but I drank, But Mikey didn't need to drink. He was enjoying himself so much that he didn't need to drink. But not me. I'm sitting there drinking my beers, and she is. And Mikey convinced me and her that it would be a great idea for her to get up on the bed and jump on it while Bird was trying to sleep in it. Now, she was about 3 times the size of Bird, for starters. And I got video footage of a sleeping Bird. I swear, I think he just felt just the one first foot that hit the bed. And I can't really show the people who are listening, but he was laying on his stomach and his whole body just turned up and went, nope. Pointing at this girl right at her head. And she's like, no. And Mikey's like, go. And she just like starts jumping on the bed. Bird, I wasn't going to bring it up, but he brings it up about once a year. It reminds me of the time that we did that to him.
Dang. Awesome.
See, and the thing is, man, there's so many stories, man. There's so many things to share. I just, telling you guys these stories, it's funny. We can laugh, but to me, it's like sometimes I'm like, man, is that only funny in my own head, or is that only cute in my own head, or is
he had it all, man.
Yeah,
he had the funny,
he was a character.
Serious.
Little broken tooth smile, acting like a clown, man.
So we got just a little over 15 minutes left, and I should have known we weren't even going to be able to get to much music. But I real quick, before we get too close to the top of the hour, I want to let people know to log on to rhymesayers.com/Eyedea, and there's a page there with a lot of quotes from a lot of people, peers, family, loved ones, friends. Check that out. And as well as a bunch of his music, a bunch of his photos and videos, and of a lot of the things and the moments that we're talking about tonight. So check that out. It also has all the information for the public wake that'll be happening on October 28th, Thursday, and also has the information for a celebration that we're throwing on Mikey's birthday, November 9th. At First Avenue. So, and there will be limited tickets available for that, but we hope to see everybody come out and celebrate the life of Mikey with us.
Those limited tickets are going to be available at the Fifth Element
on Monday at 5 p.m. Monday at 5 p.m. Tickets will go on sale for that. And like I said, there's a lot of information, so just log on to rhymesayers.com/Eyedea, and all that information is there.
And
so
also, I want to drop this, if you go to citypages.com, their blog, and go and check out the Gimme Noise section, there is also a page there with other quotes from other people around the city too. That it was a pretty beautiful page. I looked at it and I was moved by that one too. And I just kind of wanted to plug that if people really wanted to kind of get into the minds of the people that Mikey has touched.
Yep.
That shoe photo is awesome. The shoes photo.
Yeah. Only him.
Go to that.
Only him. What do you guys want to do? Is there some music? Where do you want to go with it?
This one time in Copenhagen, he convinced me to play the shell game with a couple of thugs. Do you know the shell game I'm talking about, where you try to figure out where the So our first time going over to Europe, we go over there for one show. It was for Aarhus took it, and that was in Denmark. We had to go to Copenhagen for a connection to catch a flight, and we had like 6 hours to kill. So Max hung out at the airport and took a nap. Me and Mikey hop on a train and go into the city because we ain't never been to Copenhagen before. We both got probably like $10 between us left at this point. Not much money. Yeah, and he convinced me that what we should do with our remaining money is to try and make it a come up on the shell game. Like, I got this, we could do this, So we went and we lost the rest of our money on the shell game in Copenhagen. Man, it's just little things like that.
Man, what didn't this dude do, man? He was a magician.
The dude,
y'all remember that little stage?
That whole phase of his life when he
taught my daughter like little
That dude could tell you who writes for David Blaine, like who helps David Blaine come up with. He would sit in the studio. He engineered the first Low Snout record, and every time we go over there, it'd be a new trick. So he's like, dude, I figured out how he does that levitation. So like he'd be like, no, for real, no, but you got to stand right there so you can watch how I do this levitation. And he would like anything he thought he had it all under control. Like he was trying to figure out how to do tricks, trying to figure out how to play the guitar and engineer our record all at the same time.
He built a studio
by
himself.
Self-taught, man.
Everything.
I remember I met him. He was breakdancing at Hamlin. You know, 'cause I went to school there, and it was him and a bunch of kids were in the hallway, and I came in there and I was like, just messing with him, like,